Banditos, we're live. It is June 18th, beginning of a Division 2 week, that being Tuesday. And with it comes the SHD Exposed event. Let's get to it.
Curfew in his dark, I'm searching for you in the park. Shady murdered him, another person. He just hit his mark, he met his quota for the month. They found a coda all rolled up inside a bag. He probably dragged the body for about a block.
All right. What is going on, Banditos? So, yeah, we have the global event, SHD Exposed. There's not much to it, really. You know, it's pretty easy to work this bad boy. Basically, melees and cover to cover do everything that you need, and from there, kills will extend it. So they have additional damage on you when you're exposed, and then you turn the table on them when you do a cover to cover or melee. So then you get that additional damage. If you don't do that, it's fine. Depending on your build, you can still push through, but you're not getting any of the event buffs, which is not that big of a deal. You're still getting your XP, you're still getting the red stars, so you can play how you like. You know, it's one of those events you really don't have to stress out about. Vos Azizo, what up, man? Appreciate the cheer. So yeah, you know, I like running builds where, you know, if you don't feel like doing all this cover to cover melee stuff, then you don't have to, and then when you feel like it, you can. So I like running builds that can do a little bit of play how you will. Choose your own adventure. That's the word we'll say. Otherwise, you know, we're after these exotics at the end and the red stars so that we can buy more exotic caches at the season vendor. So we got a week to play through this event. The challenges are here for additional red stars. I don't really play into them too much. They just kind of complete themselves for the most part. No update, Raz. Nah, not really. The devs have been saying that they're preparing a statement, but I haven't seen anything yet. And actually, I was really hoping we'd get a patch today, but we didn't. So we still have some of these XP bugs and stuff. Kind of a shame. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and donate this. So yeah, we're not, which sucks for an event, right? Because the idea here is to farm XP so we get red stars, but we have a decrease in XP, so it's gonna be a little bit harder. Some things are worse than others, I noticed. Like the SHD event right there that we just did. Only gives us 221 versus 700,000 is what it normally is. I mean, that's a whammy. That's a whammy. But yeah, hopefully we're here soon. But yeah, there's not a, you know, it's this subject that I think everybody's talking about and interested in, right? Because there's not much to talk about for this season. You know, there's a couple of builds to tinker around with, but man, 4 months is a long time with a lot of junk gear that they gave us for the most part. You know what I mean? Like we got these knee pads, and I mean, I was tinkering around with the like glue and the thorn shotgun this morning, and man, they are weak, bro. They're so weak. Oh, I mean, you're so better off with just your military M870, and just, it's so much better than the thorn, you know, with perfect Brazen, and it's all neck shot shit, you know? Next shot. And so I tried running, you know, a body shotgun build, right? Which would be ideal for that. So you can run a headhunter build, but then you're not getting anything out of Brazen, right? Because headhunter takes over, and then why run a damage talent on your shotgun if headhunter's doing all the work? So you want it to be a body shot shotgun, and man, weak sauce. I mean, it takes like a whole mag to kill enemies, elites, you know? And that's what we're playing here. I mean, you're better off with anything else, really. And the reload is just horrible. Light glue, same thing, basically. I didn't run it into field. I was doing all testing range stuff, but it's just, it's not impressive whatsoever. You're better off with the M870. I mean, 1.2 million base there. I mean, I got some expertise on this, but still, it's just, yeah. Yeah. The damage isn't really your issue on shotguns. It is on these. It's just not enough to make it worth it. But I mean, we can get out there and use it. We can get out there. Why don't we do that? Let's see if we can survive with these new shotguns. So this is a shotgun build that I have here. Let's see if we can run this one. It's a headshot one, so it's pretty strong. Yeah, I mean, it's interchangeable with the rifles and stuff. So let's go and see if we can let's go use this thorn shotgun and see if we can get ourselves killed. How fast that'll happen. And remember, we got the global event on. That's going to give us a buff. So we got shotguns here. We got rifles. Okay. Let's just go toy with it because I want to work on shotguns. I want to find something for these weapons. So let's start there. What up, Mr. Man? Janal. I was also thinking like, what up, Rogue? Working on a Mantis and Nemesis builds because with the new gear set, there's some potential there. So there's lots to tinker around with to make some pretty interesting builds, I gotta say. Not better or worse, but I think this season's gonna be more about like build diversity, just adding new ways to run these builds. But I'm not seeing a whole bunch of, you know, better rifle builds per se. I mean, one or two maybe. And same with the shotgun category. These shotguns aren't gonna be changing the shotgun class whatsoever. They're not game changers. Not even improvers. What up, Homer? What do you mean your Crusader shield went from 1 to 9? I don't understand it. 1 to 9. Crusader shield went from 1 to 9 expertise? I'm not quite sure what you mean by 1 to 9. But yeah, you know, we're here to try to help with your questions. Proficiency. Ah, proficiency. That's weird. If they were both equipped, they should have both got it. I agree, that'd be strange. Okay, well, let's see what we can do here, folks. Okay, let's see how fast we die. So I got a ton of armor, but remember that... There we go. This build performs with a ton of armor, so... Okay, so there we go. That's without any buffs from the event. So at least we're able to get the job done. Oh, great. I'm on fire. But look at the reload. See, the issue isn't damage, it's that fucking reload. At least there's 8 rounds. Oh, by the way, really nice map today. Okay, let's do some SHD shit. Oh my god, look at that reload. It's horrible. So if you run to M87, you can have like no reload, right? And it's got really good range. I mean, even to the head, it's a 2-shot shotgun. We got some specialization ammo. Let's use that. See if that helps us out a little bit. Should. Fucker ran all the way away. Okay, so we're active with our headhunter. Let's go kill some fools. Oh, weak. So we lost it all because of the handling on this thing. I don't think I have 150% headshot damage too. That's the thing, by the way. We'll fix that here in a second. Yeah, let's fix that here. Actually, let's put on Providence. Put our stats. There we go. Now we got 150. So that'll help the transfer damage a little bit better. I should have fixed that earlier. My bad. Ah.
Serious trauma detected.
He hurts. Hey, buddy. Little fucker. He's trying to get away, wasn't he? Yeah, I think it does. All the bugs are still existing. So the bug was there the other day, then yeah. I hear you, Reaper. I think that's part of the in my opinion, I think that's Reaper, I think that's part of the whole seasonal character thing. They're like, we're just going to continue to break this game every update if we don't divert into a new game, basically. Let's put our, let's compartmentalize our updates into basically a new game mode. And that's what the seasonal characters are about. I think they just need to come forward and say that. I think we could accept that. I would accept that. I would accept that. You know, I'd be like, yeah, I get it. I get it. It's an old game. Old game for sure. Screw you, boss. I'm gonna thorn you to death. So I wanted to come up with another version. I was thinking like with all handling, because the issue still lies in the reload. The good news is it has 8 rounds. That's impressive. Yeah, wouldn't we Reaps? Like because I mean I know that's what it is. Does anybody agree? Are you catching Reaper's comment? So he's saying that, you know, basically the devs are incompetent with the code, right? Because there's been a lot of changeover and it's an old game. So, you know, and so we have these bugs and it's just like, they should be fixed by now. Those are big bugs, man. An XP bug, that's big. During a global event, during double XP modifiers, during the kickoff of the season, to have an XP bug really sucks, right? I mean, that was just over 700,000. That's base XP for this. I should be at 800 something thousand, you know? But and that's why I think the seasonal characters are actually something. It's a solution to something. A couple of things, actually. It's a solution to our stash space issues to some degree. And then it's a solution to game modifiers breaking the game, like reanimated, killing allies, that kind of shit, you know what I mean? And so they're always having to patch that. They're always having to patch something, and it's taking developer time, and they don't have the team. And so basically anytime they launch something new in this game, the game breaks, right? The game breaks. And so I think that's what SHD Exposed is about. I'm sorry, the not the global event. That's what the seasonal characters are about. I think that they're trying to resolve some of those issues and make the game smoother, a little bit more streamlined for development. And it is realistic if that was the case, you know? If they came out and said that, I would accept that as a... I'm like, all right, you know, well, that's how it's going to be until... Division 3, I guess, you know? Okay, so real quick, it looks like the shotgun is working great, doesn't it? It does. Okay, and I am missing some damage there, and we're not using the buff too much there. So, but let's go ahead and put on the M870. I mean, even the Colibri would be better, but let's go ahead and put on the M870 now. And it's got, well, let's change that talent to, I like preservation, but let's go ahead and change it to pummel. It's a thorn versus pummel is what we're doing here. Also, I forget the name of the thorns shotgun. I forget what it's called, but this, what is it? SAS something, isn't it? I can't remember the name of that shotgun. But then it's also the M870 versus that shotgun. So the M870 has really good handling. It allows you to shoot just a little bit farther and actually land those headshots. But more importantly, it's not the damage. I mean, this one's at 1.6. I run the Colibri a lot. The Thorn is at 1.3. Whatever, you're over 1 million, you're good. You know, so it's not the damage. You don't need perfect Brazen. You don't need that. Not with these heavy hitters, you know. With these heavy hitters, the problem isn't damage. What you need is reload. The handling is the problem. So let's go ahead and kick off the fight. So I'll go ahead and use this bad boy. All right, so there it is. 2 shots to get the party started. Now let's go. All right. I'm gonna be faster with this one because the handling is better. See, just got to reload. Free reloads. So it does have a smaller mag. Okay, so I lost my headhunter right there. Chaos in this little fucking room. Can't see what's going on. I think I was missing a lot of shots in there though. So I'm also getting damage from pummel, but it's the reloads that I'm really after. Because damage isn't that big of a deal. Ah, they didn't count that as a headshot. That happens a lot with shotguns. That's how you got to be a little bit more patient with your shotguns. So, you know, the the shotgun variant that the Thorn uses, I mean, if you decided you like that shotgun because it has 8 rounds, which is reasonable, then I'd still think you'd be better off with Pummel. Ah, fuck. Heal up from that. But you can get it to work, and that's the problem, you know? You can get it to work, but that makes it deceiving on whether it's good or not, you know? Shotgun to shotgun, huh? Oh, man. How did that happen? I don't know, but that was annoying. I lost my headhunter buff for no reason. These guys' backpacks have a secret magic trick to them where they will make them immune to all your damage. You guys ever notice that? How your bullets go right through their backpack? It's super annoying, huh? And their backpacks are so big, they're like they actually attract your bullets too. Like magnets. I want a magnetized bulletproof backpack. Shotguns are kind of hard in this game, right?
Supply room access unlocked.
So, but shotguns are fun for global events. I do like using them. I mean, we're extremely tanky here. I mean, look at that thing. So I'm running Providence for the extra headshot. You just need to make sure your stats are at 150% headshot damage to get the most out of this. And you can run Gunner if you want to, but I like starting out with the TAC 50. It's easier than the Nemesis, faster at least. And then I swap over to the shotgun. So you can stay in cover, get your first kill with your TAC 50, then swap over to your shotgun, and you're running and gunning. So it's just a really nice way to start out any fight. Clean up the mess. We're so close to getting that unicorn right there. That had headshot damage on it. It's a keeper though. I think I already have that one. I already have that. But I want one where I can put armor on it. Yeah, so it's a good day because this zoo is right in the best farming zone. Why is this the best farming zone? Because you're fighting True Sons, and they're the best with directives. We don't have the ammo directive right now, but when the ammo directive is around, it's mostly because of that. Because they have bleed ammo, where the other guys have like, I catch you on fire with a single bullet ammo. Very painful stuff, right? We should have a new week for Danny too, right? He comes around tomorrow though, I think. Mr. Weaver. Okay, so I'm gonna reset that. Let's go tinker around with the builds.
Ha! That's my boy!
Appreciate you, Slow. What up, Sarah? Cole. I haven't... thanks, Klondike. Appreciate you, mate. I haven't used... I don't really like the Ravenous. I don't showcase it very much. For one, I like being fair to a lot of the audience, and I know a lot of players just don't do the raids, and so they don't have raid exclusives. So, I mean... I've done a couple of Eagle Bear builds. I'm in love with the Regulus. I don't use it for that reason because I don't want people saying, oh, you know, showcasing the build that nobody can build. And I wish it wasn't that way. Anyways, but I also don't like the Ravenous. I'm a console player, and man, it's just like the left, right, left, the shoulder thing just feels like you're breaking your controller. And then, you know, it doesn't work on certain cover, and that really irritates me. It's basically an out of cover weapon that's really slow to use. And so, like, if I'm going to use a rifle, why don't I just kill them with one bullet? I kind of feel that way about my rifles. It doesn't have a scope. It doesn't even have the option to zoom in. That irritates me about the Ravenous. You know, I guess it's good against Chungas and Warhounds, but in those cases, you're out of cover because, again, it doesn't work with all types of cover, and so you're vulnerable. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of that gun. It's poorly designed. And the people that usually stand behind it are usually the ones that are using it in raids for the most part. Yeah, I'm not impressed with the new gear either. What are you saying here? The Eagle's Grasp would be good if a person wants to run 1886 for determined. Yeah. I like it for its reload edition, for reload weapon handling builds. I think that's basically the best thing that we've gotten this this season is our ability to add in more weapon handling and maybe a little bit more damage to our ninja type builds for snipers and rifles. So the Mantis and the Nemesis are a little bit more attractive this season, you know. So yeah, we can showcase that as a matter of fact. It's an alternate. The mag size thing. Let's take a look. Okay, so because we did a breaking point build lab already, and it's not that impressive of a set. We came down to some conclusions. If you're a rifle player and you love rifles and it's what you want to do, then it is your best option. But if you're a damage player, DPS player, and you want the best tool for the job, then you're gonna have a hard time choosing this gear set over something like Striker. So you're like, should I run a rifle or should I run an assault rifle? You're gonna choose assault rifle because of Strikers. So I think this needs to compete with the Striker gear set, make rifles at least as strong as a Striker assault rifle build. They should be on par with each other, and it's not. This does provide more utility, but the utility only kicks in, or the utility, how do I say? The utility? The utility is optimal for the middle range rifles, the ones with the bigger mag and that already come with nice handling and have pretty decent damage, which means they're not going to break any records, right, when it comes to damage, or even keep up with a Striker build. But this gear set performs best with those. We're talking about like the SIG CQB, the MK17, those guys. But when it comes to the powerful rifles like the M1As and the 1886, the small mags just not helping you. Just not helping you. You're not getting any benefit from the free reload. It's weak. You're not getting very much weapon handling. You're getting a little bit of damage. And they did it that way because they didn't want to make certain weapons really overpowered, right? Imagine if you got like super high stacks on your M1A, then yeah, you probably would outpace a striker build. And they didn't want that. So that's why they made it scale by the weapon and its available mag. Which is sad. So a lot of weapons it does. I mean, even the 4-piece gear set with like the snipers isn't even really good. Because by the time you have to reload and the amount of shots you can put out while the buff is active is really low. And you don't need the damage because you're chain killing. But I would like the auto reload, but it only saves you a couple of bullets. And yeah, it's lame. But the ones that make sense with it are like the Mantis and the Nemesis. Because they're not that good with hotshot. These two. The Mantis, every time you throw the decoy, you take away your hotshot buffs. The Nemesis, you're not going to be landing a lot of shots without determined, or that 3-4 shot consecutive. So, you know, there's that. So, but there are some interesting alternative builds where you can run like if we just throw on the Ninja Bike backpack and we put on like 1 breaking point, for example, and maybe 2, so that we can get that weapon handling in there. And we got the 30% headshot damage. That's nice. And then you could run 1 piece of hotshot and pull in another 30%. So you have 45% weapon handling right there. And then if you run 2 pieces of, this is where things, I haven't figured out whether I like this yet. If you run 2 pieces of the zoo, then you get another 30% weapon handling plus the 15% weapon handling. So it's 45 in the end. So you're almost to 100 right here, or you are at 100. That's 130% weapon swap speed on that weapon. We need to change the weapon. Let's put that away. Let's put on the Mantis. What does that put us at? 98%. So we're really close. And so this could be a fun build. Arguably, I mean, you get an extra round in the mag too, but you know, this weapon doesn't have that poor of handling, so you don't really need that much weapon handling. I do it just for fun, but the Nemesis, you could argue, does. And so this pulls in 103% weapon handling, and the Nemesis has a really bad weapon sway, so this helps there. And so this would be a viable way to run breaking point. Because you're combining it with not only the strongest sniper in the game, but also the strongest sniper in the game doesn't work well with hotshot because it's difficult to never miss, right? And that's what hotshot's asking from you. Now, when you're running determined, then you got something, right? So if we put a rifle back here, and then what's also cool because you're running the Nemesis and so much handling, you can actually get rid of sharpshooter and run gunner. You don't need the headshot damage from sharpshooter. You don't need the TAC 50. So you don't need the digital scope. But you could use the armor on kill. And so now we have 10% armor on kill. We got a larger mag. We got all this weapon handling. Let's go put it to work and see if we like it. We could probably run protection from elites too. Actually, let's go in our testing range and see what our first shot kill is. Dragon! Yeah, the Dread Edict as well. Good call. Yeah, this would definitely work with the Dread Edict. Let's bring that around. Let's bring that with us. Maybe even the SVDs all together. Let's bring the Model 700 because it's one of the strongest ones too. Oh, you know what else this will work for? The Scalpel. Yup. Because the Scalpel has future perfection, right? Which is something else. It's anything without determined is what we're saying here. A paratrooper, do I have my, oh, I think the Dread Edict is on my other character right now. Yeah, it is. Okay, we'll pull that one in later. But for now, let's see. Axley, thank you.
Ha! That's my boy!
Are we on? Yeah, we're on elite. So we're killing right out of the gate. We're taking out elites. That's amazing, right? And so let's see what our peak damage is. 46 million. I mean, you don't even need 46 million. 45 million, right? So, yeah, I mean, so what we could do there is put on protection from elites. But the question is, hold on, let me kill that. Okay, so we're restarting, I think. Yeah, let's make sure. What's that first hit damage? 11 million. So, I don't know if you, I mean, it depends on where you're going to take this. If you're going to take this into legendary, I don't know if you need that much protection from elites. There's not that many elites in legendary. Sorry, I'm trying to eat my cereal at the same time before it gets too soggy. Hope you don't mind. Don't say that, Dragon. Nobody wants to hear Sacrum Imperium. The sacred sack. Should we open up this legacy season cache and see if we get a system corruption? We didn't. We got 2 weapons that I already have. Yeah, I mean, so this is a tough case. So let's switch it over to the Mantis. Mantis is definitely not as strong, but it did get a buff. So our first hit is 7.5, so it's going to take 2 shots to get an elite now. But the key with this one is that you have unlimited decoys, and your team is going to love you for that. We're hitting at 20 million. 21 almost, which isn't that great. I mean, I would actually want this to hit more like 24 million. But I did just put on, you know, a protection from elites, but maybe if we make this all red. The reason why you want this one to hit, for a Mantis version, I'd probably take off some of this handling. We don't need all that handling for Mantis. For the Nemesis, is different. The Nemesis brings so much power, like, why not? Why not? We were hitting at 46 million. Why not? You know? Oops. There we go. I mean, and that same thing goes for the mods, right? As long as I'm not hitting underneath 10 million, I'm okay. And as long as I hit over 14 million, there's 10.8 or something like that. And so the next shot, I'm tracking for legendary, 24 million. So we're killing an elite in legendary off our second shot without team buffs. So that means, which you can't do, if in case you're wondering, you can't kill an elite off your first shot in legendary. It's always going to take a stack. Just so my goal is to preserve 10 million off that first shot. See if that does it. Yep, 10.3. And then are we over 24? That was a crit. So let me kill it. If we are, then I'm already killing elites on my second shot, which is important. 10.5, non-crit. 20, was that 23 point? I think so. And then 40. All right, well, let's go take it to a legendary and see what we can do. Sucio! That was the word I was looking for, Reaper. Sacred sack. Exactly. The sacred sack. Okay. So we're gonna just test this on legendary, just for damage reasons.
Got your objective. Don't let anything stand in your way.
So when you're running with the team, you're gonna get team buffs. So there's that too, by the way. What up, another? No, I prefer one build type over another. I prefer headshot builds. I've always been more of a precision player. So let's take on this elite, or this purple guy here. So like I've always enjoyed, oops, that went right through his head. I know that was on. Like in other games, I love gravitating to snipers and rifles myself. So, I want that purple right there. 10.9 on that first hit. 17. 31. Come to the drones. See if we can survive the onslaught. The handling is nice. See how fast I'm moving? Medics down, key. And I don't mind a body shot every now and again because the gun is so strong. Go around the corner, dude. God. I went from that.
Charge compromised.
Remember, they're putting out more damage because of that event. So, but still. Take out that medic. Damn you, dude. Get off my face. Oh, that hurt. Don't get me. Don't get me. Thank you. I need that medic. There he is. The medics, see, they're getting everybody up, man. You got to get those fuckers. Come on, get up, dude. Just sitting there in cover. Medic down. Might be the last medic. Might not be. What the fuck? Dude. Ah, they hit that dude in the leg. Fucker stole my kill. That's really annoying because I needed that headshot damage. Ah, I missed it. Fuck. That sucks. Okay, let's not finish this. Let's kill ourselves. You get the point. It works!
Agent vital signs 0.
J3ST3R, what up?
Got your objective.
Well, so I killed myself because I missed that one headshot because I was going for the dog and this dude comes running through and I hit him in the leg. And so I didn't have, you need at least 2 NPCs to kill 2 dogs, right? So you can transfer damage, or 1 NPC per dog. And so from there, I would have had to like sit there and put like 30 shots into those warhounds, which would be annoying. But with this build, we can run that 5th directive, ammo hoarders. I'm not a big fan of it, but because it's a mag reload.
Hostile control point identified.
Yeah, so a way to start is like newbie is like to figure out your play style, you know? Are you aggressive or are you tactical? And then choose your build based on those. You can make anything aggressive, right? So you can make your snipers aggressive. Oops, almost shot him in the body. $60 million, damn! $73 on the body. That's the buff kicking in there. Oh, you wiggle. Look at her move. Turns this thing into a pinpoint laser beam. 54 million. Oh, you fucking backpack. I hate that backpack! Steals so many of my shots. But you know what? That's one of the superpowers of the Nemesis is that it's okay if you miss or you duff a shot because you can kill an elite off of your first shot again. It's less painful if you miss. 57. 49. Because she was in cover. That's the damage to targets out of cover change there. 93 million! Woo-hoo-hoo! There it is. Which is weird because we didn't have the buff, but this buff thing works weird. Oh, fucker. Aww. Oops. Yeah, this is a good 5 directive build. Oh, come on. I mean, it makes this gun feel really good. Oh, what? Fucking foam. Charge. God damn it. Gun wouldn't charge. I hate foam! Fuck it. On a grenade. Foam sucks. Makes you feel super fast with this weapon. I mean, any build that makes the strongest weapons in the game shine is a good build, just by default, right? So anything that makes like the Model 700, the TKB, the M870, the D50, 1886, you know, easy builds to really enjoy. Because they're great weapons. All of these are great weapons, but they all have an inherent issue that's usually something about weapon handling. Slow reloads or bad recoil. And so if you can get the damage that you need to be successful, even if it's a decrease from a stronger version of said build, but make it so that you can kill more faster, then it ends up being a better result than just going for pure damage. Because this isn't the strongest version of the build. By no means. I mean, I could put on more damage. Do I need it though, right? Leo. Yeah, yeah. I think you're right. The projects, Leo, like I think they are good this week. Because even like against the hyenas and true sons and the outcasts, since we don't have special ammo as a directive, playing those isn't bad. We should start doing those. Okay, so now let's take the same build and let's swap over to the Mantis and see what it does. And let's go take on some outcast leaders. Should we go over here? Let's go over here. What up, Nasty Glass? What's going on, man? I do run Hot Shot, not very often. 4-piece Hot Shot. I use the pieces a lot, dog. But I don't run 4 pieces because it glitches with the decoy and that kind of irritates me. You can still do it though. Oh yeah, the Mantis is like, yeah. And that's what I'm saying, like, so if I take the same build, so we're gonna alter the build, all right? So we take the same build. Now Mantis doesn't need all that weapon handling, right? So we can peel something off. What do we peel off? Well, I like this because it gives us marksman, headshot, and weapon handling. And I like this, that's easy. So I think what we do is, let's see if I do those. Probably pick off the zoo pieces, put on another hot shot, so we get 30% headshot damage, so exchange for damage. And then here, what is this? Ooh, that's not bad. Maybe I'll keep that one. We would run Habsburg, double Habsburg, basically. And then we would take off protection from elite. So the good news about this gears or this weapon is that it pulls damage away from you because of the unlimited decoys. So you don't need as much resistance or armor on kill. So this is probably the way I would run it for the Mantis. So more damage, basically. Still whatchamacallit, gunner for our armor on kill. You could run sharpshooter here also, in case you wanted to use your TAC 50. But this is going to require likely 2 shots to kill your first elite, and then you're gone. Let's go put it to work. Oh yeah, there's a league event right now too, huh? Forgot about that. Where is that? Potomac? What's the gear in Potomac? Petrov. There's 2. Is the other one? Oh, it's the zoo. Wow, the zoo's gonna be hard. Normally it's pretty tough. They usually want you to do it in 17 minutes. I wonder if they changed that. Where am I going? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. What the fuck? What the? $21 minutes? Oh, that's a little bit better. I used the fire chem build for that. And I run it with, oh, what is it called? The Lady Death. But you know, it might be worth trying it with the, nah, it wouldn't make sense with the knee pads, the Acostas, because you would run the biomask. Stupid Acostas. Are we gonna find a build for the Acostas that we actually like? Is that possible? Food. Water.
Civilians in danger.
Just meme builds. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so the way I play my Mantis is a little bit different. I do close quarters with it. So let's go and throw this out. It actually kind of conflicts with the event, by the way, because the idea here is to really get, you want to get seen. So it actually takes away your meter, but it's cool. Oh, great. I'm on fire. Back out of that. So yeah, I already have another decoy. Unlimited decoys is very powerful. And we're one shot. So 18 million on our second kill. All sorts of chaos going on back here. Where's my lawnmower lady? There she is. 22 million. That's right. We would like to see that at like 24, right?
System disrupted. Civilians in distress.
That was a force miss if I've ever seen one.
Charge exposed. System restored.
Can beat ya. You killed the true son. Ah, stole my headshot.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Ah, lame. So we gotta kill, what is it? Is it 5 bosses each?
Charge compromised.
Yeah, 5 named. It's a hefty load. Man, they are all over the place. Tweakers, the way they fight. I mean, look at that. Just jittering all over the place. Climbing everywhere.
Charge compromised.
That's how I like the decoy too. It does hold them still. They kind of walk straighter. Damn it. It was a body shot. Cassie, what the fuck was that? What up, Cassie? Appreciate you.
Huck, that's my boy.
Charge compromised.
There's somebody down there? How the fuck did he get there? Oh, these guys are getting on my nerves. How does it feel? Oh my gosh, how many shots is it gonna take? Oh, right on, Leo. Yeah, I used it this morning. I had a good time with it too. It works great for this event. Here come the rogues.
Charge compromised. Rogue agent detected. Hostile shock trap detected. Hostile defender drone detected.
This defender drone is annoying. There it goes.
Hostile assault turret detected. Immediate medical assistance needed.
Who's the fuck is behind me? The hell? Took damage from somebody random. That's annoying.
Target lost. Rogue agent eliminated.
Who was the guy that shot me?
Supply room access.
Show your face, man.
Supply room access unlocked.
We got robbed there. Yeah, XP is still squashed right now. It sucks. I was hoping they would put out a patch.
Friendly control point nearby.
Oh, did they? That's great. Should we check it out? Seasons 2.0 FAQ. That's interesting. I'm reading it here. See if there's anything worth covering. We made one important detail from your 6th introduction. With the revamped seasonal progression, you will have the opportunity to bring your main character into the last 2 weeks of each season, known as the intermission. The intermission allows you to revisit your start of the intermission. Wait, what? To revisit your main character with new content and seasonal progression, using your current arsenal of experimentation, strategy, and dominance. At the collectibles, at the start of the intermission, all rewards earned with the seasonal character, including SHD levels, proficiency ranks, stash items, during this time, I'm just kind of skimming through, seeing if there's anything different here. That's different. There's an intermission where you can bring your main character into seasons. Okay, so during this time, the seasonal character will be added to your roster, giving you the option to play with the season's climax mission with either the seasonal or your preferred main character. Okay, that's cool. The Seasons 2.0 seasonal character progression is significantly sped up, allowing you to reach level 40 more quickly and gain SHD levels at a faster rate. This progress will be shared with your main character at the start of the intermission. Okay. Expertise upgrades will not be available for seasonal characters. Instead, SHD watch bonuses will be increased to account for the missing power coming from expertise. Oh, that's weird. So they're going to give you bigger nodes. So these watch buffs are going to be bigger. So everybody's going to be at the same level. That's why they're doing that. Finally, proficiency can still be earned by seasonal characters and will be merged at the end of the season. Please note that proficiency alone does not impact gameplay. Finally, as seasonal character progression to level 40, they will not have to complete the entire campaign again. They will have the freedom to choose which content they experience without worrying about completing certain missions for specific unlocks. Finally, as seasonal character progresses to level 40, they will not have to complete the entire campaign again. Yeah, obviously. Instead, they will have the freedom to choose which content they experience without worrying about completing certain missions for specific unlocks. Okay. However, there's more to the upcoming changes than just transitioning to seasonal characters. We will share with you detailed information by hosting live Q&A sessions, our PTS, and during various live streams in the coming months to guide you through these changes. We also encourage you to explore our first rogue page. Won't expansion. It's Q&A, just generic there. Seasonal and non-seasonal characters. Will we be given extra stash space and or extra character slots? An additional character slot will be added to support Seasons 2.0, along with extra storage space. However, it is worth noting that no extra slots will be added for each individual season. Okay, so the same characters recycle. So they're adding a 5th character, but that character goes away and a new one's added. Do I need to delete a character when a new season starts when all my slots are occupied? As additional slots will not be provided for each season, you will need to choose which character to retain in your main roster. Starting with Year 6 Season 2, you can have up to 5 characters. For instance, in the beginning of Year 6 Season 2, if you already have 4 characters, you can utilize the additional slot to add a 5th character for the season. That's an extra 150 slots, by the way, people. However, if you have 5 characters at the end of Year 6 Season 2, you will need to remove 1 character to make room for the new seasonal character. That's cool. That's fine. I get it. What is the point of keeping your main character if you can't use them for 90% of future content coming to the game? True. Well, they become a mule. We have taken measures to ensure that both seasonal and non-seasonal characters have meaningful roles and cool things to do in the game. The current model reinforces the way a lot of players are using some characters as support for the main character to the account level, the mule. That's what we call the mule. Seasonal characters serve a similar purpose on top of facilitating an awesome experience in the seasons through manhunts and modifiers. Additionally, seasonal characters also contribute to the overall account progression, which is represented through the power level of the main characters. Additionally, seasonal characters also contribute to the overall account progression, which is represented through the power level of the main characters. Seasonal characters serve a similar purpose on top of facilitating awesome seasons through manhunts and modifiers. I think they're just saying that the progression rolls over. The main character remains the foundation of the account, enabling players to take on challenges to the highest possible levels. Furthermore, upcoming DLCs will present a chance to take on challenges with the primary character. Will there be any new content for main non-seasonal characters? Non-seasonal characters will continue to have access to all existing game content, including both WONI and upcoming DLC. Right now, there are no intentions to introduce another incursion or raid. So the answer is no. No new content for main characters. Got it. Except for, of course, the intermission. Will seasonal characters have access to their existing recal library? The recalibration library will be shared between seasonal and non-seasonal characters, the only exception being season-specific gear. During the season, you can transfer season-specific gear talents to the library, where they will become accessible to your main character at the beginning of the intermission. So your main character can't use any of the new gear until the intermission. That sucks. That kind of sucks. Except the season's going to go really fast. I'm actually concerned about how short the seasons are going to be. You know? Detective. So they're saying like a swift progression, but that's a bad thing in my eyes. You know? So will season characters be able to use account-wide resource materials? Seasonal characters will have their own separate pool of shared resources, which will not be shared with non-seasonal character pools. What about when the season ends? It does sound messy. Yeah, what about when the season ends? You know? Should we be able to share stash space and resources? I mean, they're going to have an additional stash, but I don't get that. When I have, oh, maybe this is the question. So when I have all my inventory and stash maxed out, will I lose the loot after the season ends and the seasonal character is merged with my regular roster? Once the season ends, the intermission begins. You will be awarded a temporary stash to facilitate the transition of the seasonal items to the main pool. What? I'm so confused. It is up to you to decide what to keep and what to discard and deconstruct during the process. However, please note that starting from year 6, season 3, if you will have items If you still have items in your temporary stash, you will be unable to create a new seasonal character. So we're gonna have a temporary stash. That acts as a transitional point. Oh my God, so we're gonna have a second stash. I can't wait to explain this to the new players. So we have a main stash, and then we have a transitional stash, and then you have your new character. So your seasonal character. So your seasonal character has inventory, and then during the intermission, you can transfer things to your temporary stash, which you then have to transfer to your main stash. So and if you have anything in your temporary stash when the next season starts, you can't start that season. So you're gonna have to delete it. It's like, oh my God, the guides for this shit's gonna be messy. Yeah, I'm reading the Q&A for Seasons 2.0. It's exactly right. Yeah, it's brand new. Here, I'll drop the link if you guys didn't see it. Chevy posted it for us. There you go. Yeah, that's I don't like that part. It just sounds messy. I'm sure we'll figure it out, but we just have so many things in this game. More complicated is not ideal. Will seasonal characters have access to global events? Global events, as they are right now, will remain exclusive to non-seasonal characters to their incompatibility with seasonal progression and modifiers in their current state. They will adhere to the established rotation model already present. So we are going to have... I was wondering about that. Global events will still exist. Seasonal characters may eventually receive their own version of global events tailored to enhance the seasonal experience, but this implementation will occur at a later time. Okay, so they may have their own global events. Okay, Manhunt 2.0. Will the new master difficulty be in any way available for non-seasonal characters? Yes, climax mission on master difficulty will be available for all our characters during the intermission, a 2 weeks period between the seasons. There's only a 2-week period between the seasons? And that's the only time we get access to that climax mission? For 2 weeks? What? And I'm guessing afterwards too, right? Like do we permanently unlock the climax mission? Why tie the manhunt to the seasonal characters' participation? In Seasons 2.0, the optimal way to experience the story is through seasonal structure, utilizing a character with the appropriate power level to capitalize the feature, such as gameplay modifiers and seasonal items. The story will be adjusted to accommodate this new dynamic, with multiple agents fulfilling their roles throughout the season. Moreover, after the season ends, players can opt for the climax mission using either their primary character, or their seasonal. That's okay, yeah. They're basically saying, yep, you gotta use your seasonal character. Seasonal journey. What will season 2.0 consist of? There are 15 weeks. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so that's the timeline. There are 15 weeks of various activities such as seasonal missions, seasonal projects, manhunt scouts, and priority objectives to be completed with your seasonal character, followed by a 2-week intermission period during which you can utilize your main character. I don't like the way they phrase that at all. During which you can utilize your main character. So we give you 2 weeks for you to utilize your... The way they phrase it is bad. You can utilize your regular character all the time, but they say the way they phrase that is really bad. Followed by a 2-week intermission period during which you can utilize your main character. Your non-seasonal character can be accessed at any time during the season, but with no access to seasonal content except for the 2 weeks intermission. So they clarify that. Okay, good. Approximately how long is the accelerated grind level to 40 expected to take? Wow, you're not gonna like this. Well, maybe you will. Non-seasonal characters will require approximately 45 hours to complete, while seasonal characters are expected to take around 15 hours for the same activities. 15 hours. So it's saying that, so during the intermission, you can do all of this with your main character, but it's going to take you 45 hours to complete, and you only have 2 weeks to do it. Weird. While seasonal characters are expected to take around 15 hours to do everything. 15 hours? What kind of season is that? Will the seasonal grind to level 40 consist of the same current activities, or will it be different each season? To reach level 40, the seasonal journey will act as a guide, providing simple and quick challenges that offer completion rewards. Simple and quick. Okay, that's the key word there. While also aiding the player through unlocking key game systems. Additionally, at every point, players can complete a variety of other activities in the game at an increased progression rate. Each season will feature unique seasonal modifiers that will affect both players and enemy NPCs, providing a different experience in previously played content. Okay, will the seasonal story beats be introduced during the level 1 through 40 grind, or will players need to reach level 40 to experience them? The updated seasonal journey in Year 6 Season 2 will allow all players the opportunity to experience the story, irrespective of their level. In other words, new story content is no longer locked behind level 40 characters. Okay, so you could be a new character, a new player to the game. Will players have to reach level 40 to start collecting seasonal rewards? Season rewards are not restricted to level 40. Various rewards unlocked through the seasonal journey, season pass, and other in-game systems are granted while leveling from 1 to 40. The Manhunt story will also gradually unfold through collectibles, allowing players to progress step by step. What happens with seasonal collectibles? During the intermission period, which occurs in the final 2 weeks before the end of the season, all rewards obtained with the seasonal characters, such as SHD levels, proficiency ranks, stash items, and collectibles will be transferred to your main character. Will we get access to our SHD watch? In Seasons 2.0, seasonal character progression is significantly sped up, allowing you to reach level 40 more quickly and gain SHD levels at a faster rate. This progress will be shared with your main character at the end of each season. That's kind of good news, I guess. Faster SHD levels. However, fast progression will only be possible up until a certain level. Upon reaching it, the SHD watch progression will resume at a normal speed. Maybe not so good news? Maybe? I don't know. Why can't my existing level 40 character engage in the seasonal content? The main objective of Seasons 2.0 is to ensure that all players can participate in in-game content on a level playing field. Oh, so they don't like the expertise system that they created. Is that what they're saying there? As well as allowing us to fine-tune the experience based on more controlled progression. Why do they want to control progression? Why do they want to fine-tune our experience on a more controlled progression? Why? I don't get that. Additionally, modifiers and season resets provide levers to ramp up gameplay challenge far beyond what any permanent mechanics would allow, thus avoiding long-term consequences. So they're talking about damage creep, power creep. PvP. How will seasonal characters affect PvP? Seasonal characters can only matchmake with other seasonal characters. Modifiers are PvE exclusive. DZ pools are separate between seasonal and non-seasonal characters. Multiplayer matchmaking. They're going to be matched up with other seasonal characters at an appropriate power level. Okay, how do you plan to balance seasonal and non-seasonal instances? If old gear aligns with a seasonal theme, what? Oh, we may rebalance and revamp it. Any changes that are deemed appropriate will also be applied to non-seasonal gear. Our aim is to maintain a balance between seasonal modifiers and seasonal gear. We encourage players to find powerful builds each season. I don't like that one at all. Do you hear this? Balance seasonal and non-seasonal instances. Listen to this. If old gear aligns with a seasonal theme, so like Wyvern aligns with the seasonal theme because it's skill damage, we may rebalance and revamp it. If the changes are, instead of giving us new gear, any changes that are deemed appropriate will also be applied to non-seasonal gear. Our aim is to maintain a balance between modifiers and seasonal gear. Wow. Yeah, it is messy, right? There's a lot. It's a lot of like back and forth. I mean, basically what I'm reading between the lines here is a lot about this is the way of handling power creep. Balancing issues in the game. And to ensure that all players can participate in endgame content and on a level playing field. Which is also like saying that they, like it's saying, you know, like the expertise system is not a level playing field, right? Because those that invest more time in the game or that have more time in the game will have a higher expertise or that grind more or are smarter at grinding. And so it sounds like, I mean, it sounds like it's really tough, man. It's really tough too. I just read all this and I'm having a hard time envisioning it. How many hours, like what proportion of my time am I going to be playing with my main character versus seasonal characters? And like the way it reads, it's like, well, you can be using your seasonal characters all the time. And except for like 2 weeks at the back end of the season, the intermission. And then that's the time where you're fully invested in. I don't know if it actually works like that because, or is it like, you know, you log in with your seasonal character, you tackle the weekly seasonal activity, and then you log out and go back to your main character and play the rest of your week with your main character, which is the same old. It's weird. It's weird. I mean, it does answer some questions, but I'm not sure it's going to change the sentiment, you know? I mean, the only way I can really see this flying is if those seasonal characters and the modifiers that come with them are so freaking cool. You know what I mean? So cool that, you know, even at level 1, when I'm not powered up, that it's going to be worth it, you know? That's a lot of pressure on that seasonal character. Don't you guys think? No more. Yeah, we've been told. I mean, it's too late. I mean, it's sad to say. I mean, they can make minor adjustments to this thing, but you know, development cycles for a project this big. I mean, they've been working on this for a long time. Probably a year, I bet you. Probably since they announced Seasons 2.0, right? Was coming, which has been a year at least. I mean, there's so many changes in here and recoding of the game, like to allow for a 5th character slot, to allow for a temporary stash, to allow for a unique character experience separate from main characters. You know what kind of coding has to go into that? There's no way this is developed last season and there's enough time to change it for next season if we give ample feedback, you know? It is so as it is written. What do you guys think? Okay, well, I'm gonna end the stream because I'm gonna have to cover this for the community. Sorry to cut the stream short, but it's a big enough deal where I better do this. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit.